Hi everyone, we are still looking at Philip Yancey's book on prayer. This section is called Wrestling Match, and this particular one for today is called The Bargainer. Now I wonder what your prayers are like. Are they polite prayers? Do you feel you have to mind your P's and Q's when you talk with God, when you pray? Or do you wear your heart on your sleeve and go for it? Do you wrestle in prayer with God? Walter Wink is the man who said, biblical prayer is impertinent, persistent, shameless, indecorous. It's more like haggling in an outside bazaar than the polite monologues we can find in church. Do you agree? What about the prayers of Moses and Abraham, real men of God? They are real and, yes, sometimes impertinent. Do you remember that Abraham, who was a celebrated man of faith, asked God not to destroy the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, who were known for their wickedness? And Abraham was very upset that God intended to destroy these cities because his nephew Lot lived there, and he was considered to be righteous. So Abraham went into bargaining mode with God, not to destroy the cities if there could be found 50 righteous people there. So God agreed. And then Abraham started bargaining and took the number down to 45, then 40, 30, 20, and then 10. He said, if there were 10 righteous people, God, please don't destroy the city. And God concedes without any argument, concluding, for the sake of 10 righteous people, I will not destroy them. Because Abraham wanted Lot and Lot's family to be saved. And he obtained deliverance for them. And maybe if Abraham had gone on bargaining with God, he might have found that God conceded each point, and he listened to this person who was bold enough to express God's own deepest instinct of mercy. And Abraham learned that God showed mercy and compassion. The Lord is slow to anger, abounding in love and forgiving sin and rebellion. God is more merciful than we imagine, and he welcomes our appeals to his mercy. But maybe we will find days when we question God, that if he is enough, why doesn't he take care of all our problems? God doesn't always answer, we find, and sometimes it gets harder rather than easier. We probably remember the story in the Bible when Jacob was made to wrestle with a stranger, and the initiative was the stranger's, not Jacob's. And we find the stranger was God, and it was God who initiated the wrestling. He decided to intervene and upset Jacob. It's not really what we expect of God, is it? It's not what we pray for, is it? But sometimes God, irrespective of our wishes, chooses to engage with us in a struggle which we would rather avoid. Perhaps, maybe, in order that we might know him better. But sometimes the people who I love dearly are not the ones who agree with me all the time, or say yes to me all the time, as much as I would like that. The people I have come to know and love more dearly are those with whom I have argued and disagreed, and I have said things, they've said things I didn't necessarily want to hear, even though they were said in love. And through the dispute and the struggling, I have learned more about them, and they have learned more about me. Thankfully, these have not been too often. So God in order that we may know him better, comes as our friend, but also as someone we might need to wrestle with. Our God does wrestle, although our God is a God of peace. And those who experience his peace are those who, for him and with him, wrestle and fight and pray. So I hope you have a good week, a good day, and hope to see you again next week. God bless. Bye for now.